Yashna here, better known as Yashna International, and I'm here to answer all your questions. My birthday is on the 14th of January. I do. His name is Boaz. He's a Pomeranian, and I love him so much. I love birds. I used to have an African grey, but he passed away about 2 years ago. His name is Tyler, and he's actually the reason that I wrote Rise Up. No, I haven't met Nasty C, but I'm a huge fan, so hopefully one day our paths will cross and we'll be able to collaborate. But until then, like, my music may play on MTV Base, but I'm not affiliated with the artists that also play alongside on MTV Base. The inspiration behind Baliano, this might be a long answer because I have to give credit where credit is due. About a year ago, I think it was, that Dish reached out to me and she had a brief in mind. Like, I'm a songwriter, so if I get briefs, I love to tackle them as a challenge. And she basically wanted to incorporate Amapiano with an Indian vibe or an Indian sound. So we created a song called What a Time, which is on the project. It's track number 4. And when we created it, I was mind blown. I was like, I didn't think that something so dope would come out. And she was basically the catalyst for this project, because if she hadn't got me to attempt such a combination of genres, I wouldn't have known that we were capable of producing something so dope. So Neo produced the beat and I hopped on the beat, and together we created What a Time. And for a couple months, she didn't say anything, and it was bugging me because I was itching to drop the song or create more music that sounded like it, because I was so inspired by how dope it turned out. So I think a few months had passed and I reached out to her and I was like, are you going to use this song? And she said, no, I can go ahead and use it if I'd like. So I decided to go ahead and work on a 6-track EP, which is going to be Bollyyano. And honestly, I did not think that it could get better than that one song, but it just turned out to be a project that blows my mind. I am so proud of it. And yeah, that's basically the inspiration behind it, is the fact that I think I wouldn't have known what I possessed if I didn't get that little push from that Dash. So major shout out to that Dash for being the catalyst behind Baliano. Yeah. When the time is right and it's meant to be, God's plan, basically. Like, when the energy is right, the time is right, everything will happen as it should. I don't know. It just depends on the vibe at the time of the music video. I guess if I'm like looking for a specific thing, like dancers, then, you know, the dancers can totally be part of it. But it just depends on the vibe of the music video. And if I'm having an open call where I'm wanting extras in the video, but I guess you just have to keep a lookout on whether I mention that, because anything is possible. So there's no definite answer, because I might ask for people to be in my music video, I might not. It just depends on the direction of the music video that we're working on at the time. I feel as long as I have breath in my lungs, I have a story to tell, and that inspires me to continue to write, because most of my music that I make is me putting my heart and my soul into songs. So that's my inspiration. It's just, as long as I live life and I have stories to tell, I'll be making music. So my career highlight, there's many, but I think what was a serious validation for me was being accepted at LAMP. I grew up listening to music that was produced by Stargate Music. They've produced for the likes, and songwrote for the likes of Rihanna, Neo, Beyonce, and you know, I had all these songs. I had like a little catalog growing up that I was obsessed with until today. Like, if I had to show you my playlist, it's probably the same songs because I'm stuck there. But as I got older, I would Google the people behind the songs that I really loved, and it turned out that Stargate were the producers or the songwriters or somehow affiliated with those songs. And so to be part of an academy where it's founded by Stargate, and to even be on Zoom calls where like they acknowledge me and they know me, it's wild. And to have, like, I've always wanted to be qualified in songwriting or even being an artist, and I didn't really know or think that it was going to be possible. But being a student at LAMP, the Los Angeles Academy for Artists and Music Production, I feel like I'm finally going to be solidified as an official songwriter and artist, and I just needed that type of validation in life. So yeah, that's a real big highlight for me, especially because like I have international in my name, Yashna International, and this kind of gives life into that. So yeah, and the future dream, the dream has always been to just travel and touch stages across the world, and I haven't tapped into that yet. So I really hope that there comes a point where I'll be able to travel and tour and share my music with the world, for it to cross borders, touch lives across nations. And yeah, that's definitely the end goal. And just being able to live a happy, stable life from doing music, like just being financially stable, emotionally stable. The end goal will always just be to be happy, ultimately, and to have peace of mind and everything, which I do have because I'm a child of God. I am talking too much. Okay. Neon Dove is the best producer in the whole wide world. That's why. But aside from that, just fun fact for those interested, when we decided to work on Baliano, I reached out to a couple producers, I think maybe around 7 to 10 producers that were mainstream, that I thought were really dope in the Amapiano scene. And they either blue-ticked me, didn't answer my calls, or just chose not to reply. And that's okay, because I'm such a firm believer in God's plan, and I couldn't be prouder of the project we put out. Why is it 6 songs? It's not too much and it's not too little. It's just the right amount. I think that's why we settled on 6 songs. Alright, so with regards to music videos, once the project releases, I think I'll gain more of an understanding of what songs I love the most. And obviously I'd want to shoot a music video for that, because I want to give the fans what they want in that regard. Once the project drops, you can comment with your favorite songs, and that will really help me in knowing which music video to shoot. Well, Shekinah and I were in high school together, so yeah, we were good friends back then, and yeah, we see each other occasionally, and it's just all good vibes, all love. And yeah, she's super dope. Honored to know her, and yeah, hopefully in the future something exciting will be birthed from that. So I applied for the Samper Development Fund for this project, and it was granted. And yeah, it just shows how much Samper values their artists. They're really pushing us, because I'm an independent artist, so having them back me, them being one of the main organizations in the music industry, is just such validation of my craft. Bollyyano is powered by Sampra, and I'm really excited to be joining forces with them. Thank you guys for tuning in to my Q&A session. Don't forget to pre-order at the link in my bio. It's available for pre-order on Spotify and Apple Music, and the project is set to release on the 25th of November 2022. I cannot wait to share Baliano with you. Peace and love.